Alright, this video is not really for educational use. It is more for my records, just to show that I have 69,000 miles on a 2008 Ducati 848. 69,048 miles. So this is a 3,000 mile oil change, and this is proof that a Ducati Superbike will hold up for 69,000 miles. My goal is to try and get it to 100,000 miles. I'm probably not going to be able to do it this year. I have been riding it a lot. I've been riding this thing a lot this year. But anyway, let's jump into it and let's do an oil change. You're going to need a 5 millimeter hex head Allen to remove this drain plug. This one is brand new. It is a Craftsman. I've broken one of these off in this Ducati right here, and I have broken another one off on a Caterpillar hydraulic cylinder. So this one's brand new. I had to pick it up at Lowe's. It is the new and improved Chinese version. The two I broke, they were American made. So let's hope that the Chinese ones are a little bit stronger. So I like having this table, but the downside is my catch pan doesn't really fit up underneath it without the front wheel stand under the bike. So the drain plug's out, the oil's running down. If you're doing this for the first time, this is what your plug looks like. And this is my second one, I think. Technically it's my third one, because I ordered one of these from Atlanta Ducati BMW some years back. And when the parts guy handed it to me across the counter, the magnet was cracked. The magnet was missing a big chunk out of it. And I'm not sure what that genius was thinking, but I quickly handed it back to him and I said, yeah, you're going to order me another one, because that magnet needs to be one piece. This is what your crush washer looks like. Crush washers are cheap. Typically they're under $1 each. You can see how worn out this gets just from one use, 3,000 miles. This is what the new one looks like. And when you drop it on, once you tighten it down, I want to say that's aluminum, but maybe not. But once you tighten it down, it'll fill in all that gap around your plug. Alright, so no more oil is coming out. This is one of the coolest tools that I found in a long time. These are vice grips for oil filter. I have the socket style oil filter wrench. I just wanted to see if those vice grips would work a little bit better on the Ducati taking it off today. There's our oil filter off. Alright, I always buy OEM You don't have to follow my guidelines, but always use an OEM Ducati oil filter. I do OEM for all my vehicles, my Nissans, my Ram, everything, Hondas. It is an OEM crush washer. So take a little bit of oil, put it on that O-ring there. It just makes it getting off a little bit easier later on. I'm going to take a clean shop towel, wipe all the excess. If you haven't done this in a while on your bike, you'll find that all the dirt and debris from the front wheel ends up all around this oil filter. Take our oil filter, spin it on. Okay, good. We're going to take our drain plug. This thing's all kinds of in the way, so I'm going to drop it to the floor. Take our drain plug, put it in. I was going to pull the gauze filter out today, but decided not to. I know there's nothing sparkling in my oil, so pretty much at 69,000 miles, any metal that's going to rub off has already come off by 6,000. When I buy a new bike, my service interval for oil is first oil change at 500, second oil change at 1,500, third oil change at 3,000. Next oil change is going to be at 6,000, and 6,000 miles is when I go to synthetic. So I do the first 6,000 miles of the bike is whatever the dealership puts in. The dealership or the manufacturer typically doesn't put in synthetic oil for the break-in oil. It costs too much money, and you need that dinosaur oil to help break in the cylinder walls. It'll everything breaks in a lot better with the dyno oil. Because I just hand tight when I put it in. Alright, I had to go find a funnel. I moved into this house just over a year ago. And it's amazing how you can't find anything after a move. Like a funnel. Alright. So I get a lot of crap on some of my other videos. High mileage. 10W40. This bike has had Mobil 1, 10W40, high mileage, fully synthetic car oil in it since 6,000 miles. So all of you people who want to tell others on the internet you can't put car oil in a motorcycle, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't hurt anything. Some of them probably do. But whatever Mobil 1 puts in this high mileage formula isn't like regular car oil. I've seen where regular car oil has made the clutch discs slip. That's 2 quarts. So we're at 3 quarts right now. This bike takes 3.2 quarts. We're at the top of the line right now at 3 quarts. 3 quarts. So 3.2, we're down below. I got that level for you. This is the line, we're down right about there. If you can see, we're right about there. And I don't know if you can see in the little window. In the little window, we're at the line up here. We're right there. So I'm going to go for about a 150-mile ride today, and I would expect me to be about right in the middle of the window, and I'll probably top it off later. But we want to just overfill it a little bit if you don't want to come back and ever touch it again. Fill this sight glass up. When you start the bike, your oil filter will fill up full of oil, and it'll bring the oil down to the top line. I personally like running a bike with my engine oil always at the very top line. If you look back to the video when I started, the oil level was right here. This bike burns no oil whatsoever. The oil level was right up here at the top, and that was from the last oil change. The more oil you have in your bike, the better lubricated it's going to stay, and it will run a little tiny bit, 0.0000163 degrees cooler than if you let the oil get down to the middle or even run it at the low. Now if you're running racetrack all day, maybe, you know, if you're a fast guy and this is just a track bike, you could probably get away. You know, most racers will run it with minimum oil because it saves a little bit of weight. For you, it's probably not going to matter. If you're watching this video, you're probably not a good racer anyway. But there you go. There is my 69,000. This bike has 69,000 and like 40 miles, something like that on it. So right at 3,000 miles, I have done every oil change on this bike right at 3,000 miles. With 69,000 miles, you see the bike, you see it. This bike has never been more than 100 miles away from Murphy, North Carolina. Google it, Murphy, North Carolina. Every good road in America is close to Murphy, North Carolina. So, alright. Thanks for watching.